How do you get your wife's attention when she hates you by flirting with her? If your wife isn't in love with you and she's wanting a divorce and she's being bitchy, disrespectful, and she's been all the things that doesn't make you feel happy with her, then what you've got to do, first of all, is deflect what she's doing. Most men are manipulated by a woman's aggressive, masculine, and rude behavior. Okay? That's what they're affected by. What I teach guys to do, and what I'm training you to do here in this training video, is to ignore her behavior. Keep your masculine poise and where you want to be. It's like your intelligence, your position, and it's how you want to feel in the world. I want to be happy. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be affected by negative people. That's just the way I am. When you're dealing with a woman, it's very important to get her back on track and for a woman to fall in love with you again, to deflect how she's being. You're the leader, so you lead emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically in the relationship. That's what you've got to do. And how you do that is to deflect what she's doing. So she's rude to you, you don't respond by being rude back to her or trying to defend yourself. How you can do that is being indifferent. So if we can look at deflecting and being indifferent, what I say to my guys, I say, look, there is a chance that your wife will leave the marriage. Okay? Do you accept that? Yes, they do. But also, she has no bearing on your ability to grow as a man and be the man that your second wife will never leave. Now, that isn't giving up on the marriage. That is just thinking, I want to be with this woman, but at the same time, I don't need her to be happy. You don't need a woman to be happy. And I just started at 21 years of age. I had a relationship that ended when I was 21. I was deeply in love with this woman. It wasn't because she fell out of love with me. It was because I was behaving the wrong way and she was trying to get my attention. And I tried about 3 or 4 times to get her back. I remember knocking on her door for the 4th time. Remember, I was only 21. And she says, David, go away. I don't love you anymore. I never forget it. Okay. And I remember getting in I had a really nice sports car. I got my sports car. And I was with a buddy of mine and he was trying to get me depressed. And I said, oh, no, I'll just go off on my own. And I just thought, hang on a minute. This is the worst it can be in romance. This woman doesn't want me anymore. And I'm okay. And I just thought, right, well, I'm not going to chase her. I've seen all my friends make mistakes trying to chase women and trying to get them to come back in their lives. And it never works. I saw that. And I was able to understand that on a more deeper level. And I gave it 3 months. And eventually she started turning up in the places where I was. And at that stage, I wouldn't say I gotten over her, but I just thought, I'd moved on. I'd kind of like thought, I just want to be single. I don't want to be in a relationship. I was dating a few other women by that stage. I'd just gone straight back out in the dating scene, dating beautiful women. I'd say I've never had a problem with women. So I'm teaching you lots of stuff that I know, and I was just completely indifferent. So I deflected what she said. I thought her not loving me anymore has no bearing on who I am as a man. And I just kept growing and kept growing and kept growing. And that's where you should be. You should be. I don't care what she says, what she does. I am not going to change my masculine position in life, my masculine presence, my masculine force in this world. So you're indifferent. So you're going to flirt with her. And here's what I value men do. We don't care about what people think of us. But also, we do things not to get anything back. We're selfless. So when you're flirting with her, you're giving her something. So deflecting and being indifferent is, I'm not going to be affected by your mood, and I'm going to change your mood whether you like it or not. And I'm indifferent to whether I can't change it, but you're not going to change me. Does that make sense? All right, I've explained that really clearly, so you should get it. what you want to do is play act. When I was 22, I was dating this woman. That was my girlfriend. And she was trying to have a go at me, and she was being rude. She was having a bad day at work. And I just had this instinct to give her a twirl. And I says, do you know what you need? And she looked at me like, a bit of anger on her face. I says, you need to do a twirl. And she went, David, what are you going on about? I says, give me your hand. And she went, no. I says, give me your hand. I looked her right in the eye. She gave me her hand. And I twirled around. And then I twirled around again. And I says, two more, twirled around. And on the fourth time, she was laughing her head off. And I thought, everything I've done with women has always been instinctive. It's like, I know this is going to work. And it worked. And she laughed her head off. And I just said to her, says, look, just tell me about your day. What's going on? And she was laughing. And then I listened. Again, I'm teaching you. I didn't try to solve her problems. And I says, right, so how do you feel about that? Kept talking about her feelings, and that was that. And I wanted to go and have some sushi. I wanted to go and see a movie. I says, right, just get your coat and we'll get out. We'll go and see a movie and have some sushi. So I wasn't affected by what she was doing. Twirling her around was flirting with her. I changed the mood. Okay, she knew I changed the mood. She knew I led her out that mood. And at the same time, then I listened to how she was feeling so she could get that garbage out of her head. And then I says, right, I led the evening. I took her out. We watched a great movie, a comedy. And then what did I do then? And then we went and had some ice cream and sushi, whatever. I can't remember. We just had a good night. But I wasn't affected by she was. So I play acted. What you do as well is you use innuendo, sexual innuendo. I do this all the time with women, but in a very clean way. I let women know that, I'm a man. And because this is your wife, you've already been to bed with this woman, so you can use sexual innuendo. Let's say you've been out and say, look, I saw a load of guys checking you out, and she'll get an ego trip out of that. She may be funny, but you just say, I don't blame him. You're really hot. Again, you're saying it without getting something back. Doesn't matter what she comes back with. You're telling her that. Okay, you're also being, using sexual innuendo. You can wink at her, give her a slap on the bum. It doesn't matter. You're not affected by how she reacts as well. Another thing you're going to do is you're going to change your cologne. The reason you're going to do this is because two things. One, it's a sensory change in a woman. She's going to notice the change in your cologne. But secondly, she's going to be thinking, what? I want you to do some work here while I'm doing this training video. What is she going to be thinking? Yeah, you're going to be seeing another woman. So what it does is it gets a competitive nature of a woman. Women compete with other women. They're not pack animals like men. So that's going to happen. If you've got hair, change your hairstyle. If you've not, grow a beard. And if you do have a beard and you've got a bald head, go to a professional barber and have your beard trimmed. Get it done properly. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go out and buy some nice new clothes. A couple of new outfits, put them on. So you've changed your hair, you change your beard or grown a beard, and then you've changed your clothes. I was talking to a high-powered lawyer the other day, and he said to me, he says, oh, my wife didn't like my beard. So I says to him, please tell me you didn't shave it off. And he went, yeah. And, this guy's a bit of a beta male, but when he's in court, he's very aggressive. So I says, right, two things you're going to do. You're going to grow your beard back, which will take you about a couple of weeks. And then, 2 weeks after that to get thicker. You're going to maintain your beard. And if your wife doesn't like it, you just say, tough, I like my beard. The reason, and he looked good with it. So the reason his wife, two things she was trying to do is seeing if she could get him to shave the beard off. But also she knew that he was, he looked better with his beard. You never let a woman change who you are. They'll do it to see if they can do it, but also they feel threatened because you're more attractive. So changing your cologne, growing a beard, or getting your beard redone, changing some clothes, you're going to create that in a woman. And remember, it's all sensory. The indifferent side of it, what I teach my guys, if she leaves, good. If she stays, good. You must have that mindset. How you survive in a marriage, whether the marriage goes backwards or not, but if you're doing the right thing, she'll come back to you. I can almost guarantee that. But you must always have, I'm doing this for me and I'm not doing this for you. When you have that mindset, you're naturally flirtatious, okay? You're naturally flirtatious. It's dead simple, and women respond to it. Okay, guys? At the bottom of this video, there is a link to book a free 30-minute discovery call with me. If your marriage is on the rocks and you're desperate to save it and you know you can't do it on your own, and I say you know you can't do it on your own, you can book a 30-minute discovery call with me. We're going to get to the bottom of what you're doing wrong, what you need to do right, and give you hope on that call. 2 things that I ask on that call before you book it. 1, you must be financially and mentally prepared to commit to a training course, okay? And secondly, you must know that you can't do it on your own. The ego needs to go, okay? I don't want people coming in and telling me what to do. You must come as a blank slate. I don't care if you're a billionaire. I know more about relationships than you do. You may have a business that you can run rings around me in. That's great. When it comes to keeping hold of a woman and her attention, I know what I'm talking about, okay? If that is you, the ego's deflated, you want to be part of my team and come on and be coached, then the link is there. We'll have a chat. We'll have a cup of coffee over the phone while we're having a chat, and we'll get to the bottom of where you're going wrong in this relationship. And if you do the work, I can almost guarantee that your wife will be attracted to you. Other than that, we'll see you on the next video, guys.